Hello students, welcome to Modern Group of Education. Today I am here with the NEET 2024 question paper of the chemistry part held on 5th May 2024. I am here with the question paper Q3 GRIDU. Okay, so talking about the question paper this time, the question paper was very easy this time and easily 45 on 45 questions. Like you can do all the 45 questions that you are asked to attempt. And this time the class 12 portion was greater in portion size in comparison to class 11. The questions were very easy and some questions can be done, some calculative questions can be done without calculating, just from the formula. So let's begin the journey. So the first question is, so you have to match the following compounds with their bonds between only 2 carbon atoms. Okay, so ethane, you know, the formula is CH3CH3. Ethene is CH2CH2. You may be having a confusion about the C2 molecule, but the bond order, while teaching a molecular orbital theory, I have taught you there are 2 double bonds in C2, and the double bonds are both pi bonds. Why? The electrons will always be going to the p orbital. That is why both of the bonds are pi bonds here. Okay, and ethine, you have this. So according to this, ethane will be having only 1 sigma bond and it will go to 3, and ethene will be having one sigma bond and 1 pi bond, it will be 4. C2 will be having 2 pi bonds, and ethine will be having 1 sigma bond and 2 pi bonds. So if you match this, the answer will be answer 3. So your answer comes here as answer 3. Okay, going to the next question. Here the Henry law constant for 3 gases are given and the solubility of gases are asked in the following order. We know that more the value of KH, lesser is the solubility. Okay, so according to that, the answer will be answer 2, B, C, then A. Okay, going to the next question. The two statements, there are 2 statements given here. The boiling points of hydrides of group 16 are given, and based on that, group statement 2 is also given here. Okay, so this is a very important question, and I have taught you this in the class, and I have told you 100 times that this may come. H2O has a very high boiling point. We know as the mass increases, the boiling point increases, but H2O here has the highest boiling point due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Then the trend follows the molecular mass trend, as tellurium is more in molecular mass than selenium and sulfur. That is why this trend has followed. In the first statement is correct, obviously, and on the basis of the molecular mass, H2O is expected to have a lower boiling point than the other members of the group, but due to the presence, yes, both the statements are correct, both 1 and 2 are true. Okay, here comes the answer, yes, 1. Okay, so going to the next question. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding is present. You have to know that intramolecular hydrogen bonding, to be there, you have to have two electronegative atoms, or rather say hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, or sometimes chlorine, to involve in intermolecular hydrogen bonding in the 2 consecutive atoms. So here only you can here the H will be H will be doing the hydrogen bonding, or O can be doing the hydrogen bonding here. So here the answer will be 1. Okay, so the next question is the boiling point of 3. The boiling point is a favorite now for NTA, I think. The boiling point of 3 isomeric pentanes are given. Obviously, you know, as the branching increases, branching if increases, and boiling point BP goes down. Obviously, neopentane has more branching than isopentane, and yes, both the statements are correct. which will undergo SN1 first. You know that SN1 has the carbocation mechanism they follow, and the more the crowding, more is a stable carbocation. And this one has crowding. This one, there is a carbon over here, carbon over there, and there's a, yeah, this is a leaving group though. So there are two carbons over here, and there is a rigid cyclic group over here. The 4 will be your answer. Okay. So Lucas reagent was very important, and it is, you know that 3 degree gives it first very quickly, then 2 degree, and 1 degree doesn't give. So we know the answer will be 4. So going to the next question. This question you have to first write the formula NaOH plus HCl. Okay, NaCl plus water. Okay. So we know here the molarity of HCl. First of all, here 36.5 gram of HCl uses 40 gram of NaOH. Okay, just calculating the molar mass over here, because here the mass of unreacted sodium hydroxide is asked. So 0.75. So number of moles is a mass, given mass by molar mass. So molar mass of HCl is 36.5, and we know if we take in ml, so there here we can take 25 ml, that will give us the answer in milligram. That is why we are not dividing by 1000 over here. So if we write the mass now, 0.75 into 25 into 36.5, keep it like this. And then what you do is, here 36.5 gram uses 40 gram, then 0.75 gram into 25 into 36.5 will use how much? The answer will be 750 milligram. Okay, and 750 milligram is used, so 250 milligram is left. That is why 250 milligram will be your answer. Here answer 2 is your answer. Okay, next, ionization enthalpy. You have to take the help of the last electrons over here and the help of nuclear charge. Li has 1s2 and 2s1 as the last electron, Li, and beryllium has 2s2 as the last shell electron, and boron has 2p1, and while carbon has 2p2, and nitrogen has 2p3. No doubt nitrogen will be the highest ionization enthalpy over here, and 2p2 will also be the second highest. Why? Because they have more nuclear charge than these three has lesser nuclear charge. But here comes the twist. After that, beryllium will have the highest, because it has 2s2, which is a full filled orbital. Here, due to half filled p orbital, we were having the electronegative, we are having the ionization enthalpy as the highest. Beryllium will come after that, then boron, and then lithium. Okay, boron will come here due to the nuclear charge. So your answer is answer 2. Okay, so hopping on to the next question. The most stable carbocation will be here. Obviously there is you have to understand the stability where it can get more stable. There will be a double bond formation. There are H over here, 2 hydrogens are there, so this will be the most stable carbocation. So next question. Activation energy of any chemical reaction can be calculated if anyone knows. Obviously orientation, not, no, rate constant at 2 different temperatures, because first of all you have log K2 by K1, right? So EA by 2.303 R into 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. So if you know the rate constants, you also know the temperature, so you can easily find the EA out of here. So 4 will be your answer. Okay, going to the next question. Aniline doesn't go, yes, doesn't go Friedel-Crafts reaction, because it forms anilium ion. It behaves as a base, and in Friedel-Crafts reaction we generally use what? A Lewis acid, right? Statement 1 is correct. Aniline cannot be prepared through Gabriel synthesis in the light of the above statement. Obviously it cannot be prepared because aryl halides do not go nucleophilic substitution. Okay, both the statements are correct. 1 is your answer. Okay, next question. Increasing order of electronegativity. We know FON. Fluorine is the most electronegative, then oxygen, then nitrogen. So fluorine has 3.8 sort of, and I think fluorine has almost 3.98. Yeah, oxygen has 3.5, and this is 3. And after that, carbon will come, and then silicon will come. Obviously, one will be your answer. Okay. Uh, Okay, then the conversion of here you are suggested to you have to tell whether number of Faradays, what number of Faradays will be required here. Number of electrons are equal to number of Faradays. Here you will require 2 electrons, so there that will be 2 Faraday, and this will be, you have this, you can measure by oxidation number change. This is in +7, this is +5, so 5 Faraday over here. And calcium you have to your calcium you have 3 Faraday, and 1 mole of FeO to Fe2O3 you have 1 Faraday, because Fe plus 2 from +2 it is going to +3. So according to that, if you match it, the answer will be 1. Okay. Okay, shapes now are being considered. You know that NH3 has diagonal pyramidal shape. Obviously, Br. This is a very easy question. You have 100 times done it. BrF5 has square pyramidal shape because of the lone pair present. XeF4 has a square planar shape. For more details, you can see my video on chemical bonding. And SF6 has octahedral shape. I have taught all of these here. So according to that, if you match it, answer 1 will be your answer. Okay. So here you have the Arrhenius equation. Arrhenius equation, you know what it is okay, A into e to the power minus EA by RT. Okay, if you take ln over here, so ln A minus EA by RT. Okay, so this is your slope. The slope is in negative. You don't have to look for any other question. Only one negative slope. Always negative slope goes downwards. Only one answer is there with a negative slope, so you can answer it very quickly. And this is how the questions are. These are very easy. Okay, answer 4 is your answer. Okay, so first you have to, here the energy, first you have to find the energy of the ground state for helium atom. So here x minus x is the energy, so minus 13.6 into z square by n square. Z for helium is 4 square, and no, Z for helium is 2 square over here. 2 square, and n is given as 1. Okay. So for beryllium, you write E. So for beryllium, it is minus 13.6 into 4 square by it is 2 over here. So if you calculate over here, minus 13.6 into 4 by 2. 2 square will be there, so there will be a 4 over here. This is 1 square, so 4 and 4 gets cancelled, and there is 1 4, and 1 4 and 2 square is similar, so number 1 will be your answer. Minus x is your answer. Okay. So let's see where the entropy increases. Obviously, a liquid vapor, where the liquid vapor evaporates to water, entropy increases. Temperature of a crystalline solid lowered from 132.0. No, temperature doesn't increase over here. NaCO3, yes, the number of moles are increasing over this part, so obviously entropy increases, and here also the number of moles are increasing, entropy increases. A, C, D will be your answer. Number 3 is your answer. Okay. Okay, not a redox reaction. If you see all of these here, only there is a oxidation. There is no oxidation change over here. Ba it remains in 2 plus, Na remains in plus, Cl remains in -1, and SO4 remains in -2. So if there is no oxidation change, oxidation number change, there cannot be a redox reaction. So this is answer 4. Okay. You have to match quantum numbers with the information provided over here. Okay, we know that n determines the size of the orbital. Okay, principal quantum number. L determines the shape, whether it is a p or s or d orbital. M determines the orientation of the spin, and ml determines the orientation of the orbital. This is as simple as it can get. Okay, so the answer will be, if you match it, it will be answer 2. Okay. Okay, the spin only magnetic moment, you have to write the configurations over here. So titanium 3 plus will have 4s to gone, so titanium will be 3d1, so 1 unpaired electron. Chromium 2 plus is 3d2, no, 3d4, sorry. Mn2 plus is 3d5, 4 unpaired electrons here, 5 unpaired electrons here. Scandium 3 plus is 0. There is no unpaired electron because scandium is 3d1, 4 is 2. And here it will be 3d6 and there will be 4 unpaired electrons as well. Cr2 plus and Fe2 plus is the answer, B and D only. So option 1. Highest number of helium atoms here, you can just watch it and do it. Obviously 4 moles of helium will have the greatest number of helium atoms. For U is almost equal to 4 gram, if you know that U is unified mass. Okay, sometimes we also assume it as gram. Okay, so going to the next question, this answer will be answer 1. Okay, group 16 elements doesn't show -2 oxidation state, as we know that as we go down the group, the elements tend to get heavier, and the element, as the element tends to get heavier, it will not show a minus oxidation state, it will show a more positive oxidation state. So polonium will be your answer. So going to the next question. E0 value for Mn3 plus Mn2 plus couple is more positive than Cr3 plus Cr2 plus or Fe3 plus or Fe2 plus due to change of. Here you have to see this is the reduction potential value, and E0 value, if E0 value for the reduction potential is positive, it means the reaction is favorable. So D4 going to D5 because D5 concentration configurations are very stable, and that is why this is the positive value. So going to the next one, answer 3 is the answer for this one. Okay, glucose doesn't give Schiff's reagent, it gives Tollens reagent. Okay, but it doesn't give sorry for the inconvenience, it doesn't give the Schiff's reagent and the NHSO4 reagent test. So your answer will be B and E, it will not give the test. For 3 is your answer. Okay, and going to the next question, here you have a compound with a double bond and a cyclic structure, and it directly goes on to CHO. Here option 2 will be right, because the intermediate product here will be, this bond will be broken and there will be alcohol present, and after that if you give pyridinium chlorochromate, you will you will get this answer. Okay. Achha. In which Kp and Kc are not equal. Okay, we know that Kp is equal to Kc into RT to the power n. Del n, del n is the number of gases in the product, in minus number of gases, only gas form in reactants. Okay, so if you check the first one, this is 1, this is 2 minus 1, so Kp and Kc will not be equal. There will be RT present over here if the del n is 1. So first option is correct. You can check the other ones, but if your first option is correct, you can hop to the next question because there are only one option correct. Okay, so this is the answer 1 over here. So going to the next question, which compound with the molecular formula C6H14 will have the two tertiary carbons? Obviously this will be 2,3 dimethyl butane. So if you draw it like this, and if you, obviously there is a 3 carbon setup, so this also has 3 carbons, 2 tertiary carbons are there, these are the 2 tertiary carbons, so this will be your answer. Hopefully you have understood. Next question, Fehling solution, obviously you have read it in NCERT that it has aqueous copper sulfate. There is no better way to treat this question without a smile. Just with a smile you do it and go on with the flow. Okay, next question. Now what should I say about this question? This question is just Very easy. Isothermal process obviously is carried out at a constant temperature. Isochoric process carried out at a constant volume. Isobaric process at constant pressure. Adiabatic process, no heat exchange. So according to that, if you match the answer, you will get answer 4. Okay, so now here two statements are there given that CONH3 whole 6 and COF6 complexes are octahedral, but they differ in magnetic behavior, and one is paramagnetic and one is diamagnetic. NH3 behaves as a strong field ligand, and that's why it pairs up the electrons of the cobalt. Those are unpaired also, it pairs up them, and that's why it is diamagnetic, while COF6 is paramagnetic, but both of them are octahedral. One is with D2sp3, that is the strong field ligand one, and another is sp3d2, that is a weak field ligand one, which is fluorine. Both of the options are correct, or the statements are correct. One is your option. Okay. This question, what can I say about this too, because this you can answer with common sense. So here the some solids are changed to vapor phase without passing through the liquid state, and you know what this process is called. This is called sublimation. 2 is the answer. You don't have to know the purification techniques for this. This is common sense question. Okay, now hopping on to this match the following. You know, this type of question is ozonolysis. Obviously double bond being broken, and oxygen comes on place of that. So first one is ozonolysis, and the second one is very obvious. Here is only one benzene atom, a benzene molecule, and you are obviously introducing another ring. So obviously there is only one ring in the option. Here it is, and you know that OH, if you give CrO3 to this OH, this will be converted to a ketone. Okay, and the last option remaining will be match. If you match all this, you will get the answer as answer 3. Okay, so here you have to suggest whether the reaction goes in forward direction and or not. So you have to find out QC. QC is all of the concentrations are same. 1 minus C. I am writing D and C square, means D and D into C. I am writing this squared because all the concentrations are same, and 2A is also 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 square, because the stoichiometric coefficient is 2. So if you cut, you will get 1 over here, and which is more than this Kc. So if Qc is more than Kc, the reaction goes to the backward direction. So answer 3 is your answer. Okay. Achha. Okay, the pair of lanthanoids which are diamagnetic without even asking, C4 plus and Yb2 plus. Okay, answer 1. Okay, so there is a question about homoleptic ligands. You know, homoleptic complexes are complexes where all the ligands are the same, and heteroleptic are complexes where there are different types of ligands, and these are being discussed over here. So both the statements are correct, and this is your answer 1. Okay. Okay, so here you have a Faraday law question. First Faraday law question. So you know M is equal to ZIT, where Z is the electrochemical equivalent, that is equivalent weight by Faraday, and equivalent weight is molar mass by X into X is the number of electron transfer into I into T. Okay, so molar mass is 63 over here, and number of electron transfer is 2. Faraday, you have to write the given value because they have matched it and given for you 9647487, and the current is also in that form, the 9.6487, and the time is 100 seconds. Okay, you calculate it and you get 0.315 gram to is your answer. So going to the next question, here you can see there is this portion, and KMnO4 and H plus will be present. This is a very, very good oxidizing agent, and it will be directly oxidized to an acid. So number 2 is your answer. Okay, so here I have taught this 100 times in my a class that this question is going to come, and now they have targeted P block so much in the question paper that this question has come, and I've given this 100 times in my paper in mock test. In our mock test, or totally 5 to 6 questions are common from there. Okay, so here the answer will be H3PO3 and POCl3. H3PO3 will be A and POCl3 will be B. Number 4 is your answer. And going to the next question. Okay, the rate of reaction changes quadruples. So here you have to apply log 4 by log 1 and EA by 2.303 R into 1 by T1. You have to always write first, that is 27, that is 300 minus 1 330. Okay, so you get it in joules and convert it in kilojoule. So you will be getting 38.04 as your answer. Okay. Okay, preparation of more salt ferrous. Which of the following acid is used to added to prevent the hydrolysis of Fe2 plus? Dilute sulfuric acid, because it gets converted to Fe3 plus, which we don't want. Okay, so number 4 is your answer. Okay. Okay, so the major products you have to find out from here. When PBr3 is given, OH will be getting out of this and BR will be substituted over here. And alcoholic KOH, you know always that this is dehydrohalogenation, and this bond there will be a hydrogen over here, and this bond will come here, and this bromine will get out, and they will give you this product. 1 is your answer. Okay. So here a different type of question has come, but this is a very easy question. Pi is equal to CRT. Okay, so y is equal to mx, and m here is the RT part and x is the concentration over here. So if you take the slope has been given as 25.73, and RT you have to take, that is 0.083 into temperature. You have to find out this. You will get 310 Kelvin. Mind you, you will get it in Kelvin, and you have to find out in Celsius. So if you find this out in Celsius, it will be 37 degrees Celsius. So 37 degrees Celsius is your answer, and answer 1 is your answer. Okay, so the correct statement: the 3 resonance structures of ozone, no. 2 resonance structures. BF3 has a non-zero dipole moment, no. It has a 120-degree angle over here, and vectors and 120-degree are always 0. So 0 dipole moment. Dipole moment of NF3 is greater than NH3. No, NF3 is lesser due to the electronegativity of F atom, but 3 canonical structures of CO3 can be drawn like this. Sorry. So 3 canonical structures can be done. So option 4 is correct. Okay. So you have to arrange the sequence over here. A will be CH3, CH2, CH2, CN, and this will be CH3, CH2, CH2, CONH2, and the C will be propylamine. Okay, C will be CH3, CH2, CH2, NH2. Okay, very easy question. This also I have suggested that this type of questions because NaOH-Br2 is a very famous reagent now. So this has come from the earlier we have seen that one question from more salt has come, that is from the practical part. This is also from the practical part. This belongs to group 3, this belongs to group 2, this belongs to group 5, this belongs to group 4, this belongs to group 6. So according to that, if you arrange, your answer will be answer 1. Okay, in increasing order you have to arrange, means Mg2 plus will come first. Okay. So the next question here, this is a calculative question. 2 of the calculative questions have come in the second part of the question paper, where you can choose 10 questions out of 15 questions. So here if you write the question, okay, so first you have to find out the Kc. Kc, you know that the values of the concentration are given. Okay. Okay, you are given this, and you NO also you are given. Here this will come as 1.6. Okay, from 1.6 you have to now find out the degree of dissociation. Okay, so 0.1 mole is taken over here, and x by 2, because there are 2 NO, and this is also x by 2. So if you do this, Here x will come as 0.0715, but this is for 0.01 mole dissociates around like this, but for 1 mole it will be 0.715, which is almost equal to 0.717. Hopefully you have understood. For more details you can ask me in the comment section. Okay, for the next question, this is answer 4 obviously. And for the next question, you have empirical formula, and you know a percentage divided by the molar mass. So first we will write the ABCs over here, and first you have 32 divided by 64, and then you have 20 divided by 40. Then you have less rest percentage is see, so 52 is the total of A and B, and this is 48. Then this comes as 32. Okay, this will be your half, this will be half, this will be 3 by 2. Okay, half, half, 3 by 2. If you multiply by 2, you will get 1, 1 and 3 over here. So A, B, C, 3. This will be 2. Answer 2 is the answer. Okay, so this is the question that I was talking about, that without calculating you can find out the question. The work done during reversible isothermal expansion of 1 mole of hydrogen at 25 degrees C from pressure of at 20 atmospheres to 10 atmospheres. So reversible process, work done is for a reversible process the work done is nRT ln Vf by Vi, or I by Pf, or P1 by P2. Okay, so you don't have to find out the answer over here. There is a negative part over here and only one negative answer is there. So without calculating you can do this answer. For your calculation you can use the log version also, minus 2.303 nRT, and you can do the rest of it, P1 by P2, and that is 20 atmospheres by 10 atmospheres. You can obviously calculate and find out, but this is a very easy question, and you can see it and do it. Okay, so this is answer 2, and we have completed the questions for this video today, and hopefully you have understood, and you can see how easy the question was, and only 2 questions were calculative, and it was still in the second part of the paper where you can still choose not to do them. Okay, hopefully you have understood. If you have any doubts regarding any questions over here, then you can just comment down below. And for chemical bonding, like where I said that you can see the chemical bonding portion of my video, and you can match those accordingly. You can find out whether pyramidal structure is there for NH3 or not for yourself. Okay, so hopefully you have understood, and those who have got very good answers, those who have matched the answers with my answers and they have got most of them correct, best of luck for your future. And those who have more of more of not doing good and doing wrong with answers, they will be doing good in the next time, and I think they will be successfully carrying on with their dreams. Hopefully you have understood this video, and hopefully it was an enjoy session for you. Thank you. Take care.